Hey guys, Huzzy bringing you another video and welcome back to a Q&A. So like to do these, every now and then. Generally, we try to do them once a month. Sometimes we do it closer than that. Sometimes we let it go a little bit longer than that. I don't know when the last one was, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. But yeah, welcome back. What I will say straight away for this video, as what I try to do is I reward people that watch the lesser viewed videos. So the patch note video the other day, we gave away a Darius League Partner Bundle. Again, I haven't got the codes yet, but it's preemptive that you can enter. And when I get the codes, the winner will happen. Same thing's going to happen for this video because, again, generally less people watch these videos. So I want to extra thank people for watching them. So if you want to enter to win a Darius League Partner Bundle, which is the brand new High Noon skin, all you got to do is be subscribed, like the video and comment down below. Pretty much anything. Just let me know how you're doing. If you've got any more questions that you want me to try and answer, pretty much anything. But just make sure you include your summoner name and your server. So either Europe West or Europe Northeast, and North America are the servers that I can give codes for. Yeah, appreciate that. But now let's get into the Q&A. So vast a lot of questions. Let's get into it. So the first one is, what champions would I like to see in Worlds this year? It depends what you define as Worlds, because I haven't watched too much of play-ins, if I'm honest. I've been too busy. I'm preparing a lot of content for the event next week, so I've got videos when I'm away for 3 days. You guys still get videos. So I haven't been watching too much, if I'm honest. So I don't know what's been played really in play-ins, but I know also a lot of people don't really think Worlds starts until, the qualified teams begin. So the likes of SKT, G2, Team Liquid, until they play, a lot of people don't consider Worlds have started, because play-ins is like trying to get into Worlds in a way, for the teams that are like borderline if they could get in. So I'd like to see champs like Orianna, because it's a big wombo, Lee Sin, because he's always been a staple, jungler for Worlds. Gangplank would be cool. The champions that I enjoy, playing myself, to be honest, because it's always interesting to see how a pro would play them in that setting. So yeah, pretty much that simple. Next up is, how is the Razer laptop doing? So I saw this question before I began recording, so I did bring it over. So yeah, I bought this last year. If you are, because I do occasionally get tech advice going, hey, would this be good to buy? Is your computer good? Is your laptop good? So this is a Razer Blade 2018. I did buy it last year. Did I buy it last year? Was it this year? I've got no idea. It's either last year or this year. I think it was last year. But it was when this laptop was brand new. It's got a GTX 1060 in it. It's got, I think, 16 or 8 gig of RAM. I think it's 16. It's a pretty beefy laptop. For like power-wise, it's pretty damn good. And obviously, I bought this as a secondary rig. I don't game on this pretty much ever. I think I might have gamed on it twice. Both being when I was away from the house, obviously, around someone else's. Because why would I use this when I've got my computer? This is my bed laptop generally. This is also my accountant laptop. So like anything accountancy, tax stuff is all on this thing. I like to separate that from the, streaming computer. But I have edited on this before. I have rendered on this before, and it's fine. League of Legends runs over 300 FPS uncapped. Obviously, you would cap it. It's got 144 hertz refresh rate, so it's very, very good. Obviously, that does come with a price. So this was £2,000. To a lot of people, that's going to be very expensive, especially that this is my laptop. It's something that I don't really use that much. But as a business, I can claim it obviously on tax and business expenses. It's vital to have a backup. If my PC goes boom, I technically could use this for a day or two. It would be annoying, but it's an option. Or like, I'm going to the event next week. If I'm vlogging it, if I'm allowed to, and, show you guys around, if I'm in the hotel room a little bit bored, I can edit on this. It's perfectly fine to do that. And yeah, like it's pretty good. I would recommend it if you are in the market. But I will say, I'm sure there potentially is better gaming laptops than this for even a better price. Weirdly, I'm not sponsored by Razer. I like their stuff. A lot of people have been hit or miss by Razer. They've used to, I don't know if they still do, they used to have a reputation of unreliability, or my mouse broke all the time. I used to have Razer gear. Like, I was once at a stage, obviously we're sponsored by SteelSeries now, but I used to have a Razer mouse, Razer keyboard. This is back when I played World of Warcraft a lot. Never had anything break on me, ever. Never had a Razer product break. Even, God, my phone case is now Razer, because I was like looking for a cooler phone case, and I think this phone case looks really nice. So, yeah. But it's good. Would recommend it. What content do I have planned for preseason? Smurf content. A little bit anyway. So the leveling account that we're doing right now, I am planning on doing a Rush to Diamond series. We've been speaking about doing it forever. And I generally like... When the start of the season comes is when you're going to get a lot of hype in your videos. So Smurf series always do well. But I want to focus on the main account a lot of the time now at the beginning of the season. So I was like, well, preseason is really annoying for YouTubers. Again, I've said this before, but full transparency, the highest 2 earning months for a YouTuber is November and December. Unfortunately, for views, the League of Legends season ends like November 12th. So when people, the ranked season is finished in the peak of earnings on YouTube. So you're like, what the hell can I do to get good views while the income's great, but there's no ranked season? So my idea is, hey, let's do a Smurf series. I'm fully transparent about it. I'm not going to hide it from you guys. That's the main reason. But I think it'll also be great content. We do Smurf series, climb as fast as we can, experiment with some of the new stuff on preseason, because obviously they always change stuff. I think it'll be good. I think it's good timing, and I think it'll be really good. So yeah. Next one is, what is my opinion on prestige skin? Every skin line, would you rather them only every few months or none at all? I don't mind prestige skins. I do think they are doing way too many of them, but that is just kind of the greed. Like, I don't want to call it greed. Some people would call it greed, I'm sure, but I'm stopping myself calling it that because league's a free-to-play game. The prestige skins do nothing to alter your game experience. For people that want to get them, they can grind to get them. Or if someone's like me, you own every skin, then, I've paid Riot a God knows amount of money to have that ability. So really, it doesn't affect too much. And the only thing I'd say to them, and I do think they are doing too many of them, is more the fact that it's making them less special. Prestige skin, when it first came out to me, was like, oh damn, maybe they'll do like a couple of these a year. It's kind of like an ultimate skin, but a little bit different. You've got to get it a different way. You can't just buy it. But now they're less special because one's coming every patch. Like the one upcoming soon is the Misfortune one. They've already announced that. It's the Halloween Misfortune one. It's like, they're cool, but they're not special anymore. So, whatever. Next up is... if you were allowed to make a skin for any champion, what would the theme be? I don't know what the champion would be, but I've said for ages it would probably be a Avatar, Legend of Aang type skin. So an elemental, like making Talia or something that would work quite well with it. The Avatar. So her Q is fiery, her W is icy, the E is earth, and the ultimate is air. Like, it would be kind of cool to go with that aspect. Hell, a champion that had that whole thing going for them would be awesome. And obviously, Kiana's got a little bit of that, but not the way that my mind kind of thinks of it. More of a mage with that kind of idea, I think, would be cool. So yeah, that was probably what I would be. What are my expectations for the Fiddle rework? I reckon they're going to keep his ultimate, but, update it for sure. But I think that will relatively stay the same. I reckon he'll still have a fear mechanic because he's the Scarecrow. Other than that, I'm not really sure. I don't know how you change Fiddle in our minds to make him similar but also different, because I think his kit is rather limiting of how you change it. And, if you go by the history of what reworks are now, it does seem Riot is leaning towards making reworks not like crazy different, like an Aatrox that was completely different. I think they're leaning towards more of a Pantheon that is more similar. And again, I have spoken to a Rioter about it. It's because Riot is just not interested in toxicity to their own designers. Riot designers have had threats made against them, and I'm not kidding. They've had threats against them from these crazy one-tricks that, like, literally they only play that one thing for 5 years and they're so attached to this champion they can't let it go. Riot can't be bothered for that anymore. Like, why would you? So I guess the reworks are going to be relatively similar. I have heard things that the Volibear one is going to be kind of different though, but maybe it's because basically nobody plays Volibear, so there shouldn't be too many people complaining. But yeah, so I don't know. Fiddlesticks, it'd be kind of cool if they go for more of a horror theme. To me, Pike was the closest we've had in a while to something horror. I think if they go that way with Fiddle, that'd be cool. Like, he's a dark scarecrow that should be really dark, right? I think it would be kind of cool. Next up is, what is the biggest struggle to become a successful streamer and YouTuber such as myself? There's a lot to it, because, you know, I've had conversation with people kind of go, oh, I'm quitting my day job and going to stream and blah, blah, blah. It's like, don't do that. Negativity is probably a big one for a lot of people. I don't get affected by it pretty much at all anymore. But when you're first starting and you're really kind of hypey about it, like, I'm doing this, and then you get your negative comments, you get some dislikes, it does affect you because you're just starting out. The longer you go, you realize what the internet is, and you are just sometimes not gonna. You could make the perfect video that no one is upset by, really. There'd still be dislikes on it, and that is something that you're just going to have to understand. There are people out there that will just dislike videos because they're having a bad day. They're having a bad time. There's nothing you can do about that. They leave a bad comment. You know, we've had it again throughout the years. People kind of going crazy at me in the comments or a Twitch chat. A couple of weeks later, I get an apology going, yeah, I was in a pretty bad place. Something bad happened. I took it out on you. I'm really sorry. It happens. It's the internet. So I'd say negativity is a big part of it. You just got to get over that hurdle and just don't care. And, you know, we've had it before that it's like, oh, Huzz, you know, you're treating your viewers bad or whatever. It's like, I love my viewers. I really appreciate you guys, but I'm not going to listen to someone that's there to hate. I'm not going to listen to negativity. If you're doing that in my Twitch chat, you just get banned instantly. That is just the way it is. Because you just don't need it. Why would somebody be spending their spare time throwing negativity out? They've got too much spare time, right? So, yeah. I'd say that is the biggest. The other one than that, I'd say, is consistency, being consistent as much as you can. And the third one is something that I personally haven't done, and I'm fully aware that I haven't done, is adapting. I've done the same content for a few years now because I'm comfortable. It's the content I like to do. It's the content I think my audience likes. But content does adapt and change. I haven't changed. That's why maybe my views over the years has slipped a little bit. I haven't grown as quickly. But I'm okay with it. You know, I don't want to make content I don't want to make. I don't want to do stream highlight content. I want to do full game commentary. So, you know, being happy with the content you're making, I guess, too. But, yeah. What do I think League of Legends can do to increase player satisfaction? Challenge toxicity more. I think that is just the biggest one. How would you change Akali to be better balanced in the game? I don't think with her current kit she'll ever be balanced. So, yeah. Do I want Riot and Twitch to do more with content creators? If so, what more would I want? I don't know. Riot's pretty good and Twitch is pretty good. YouTube's the terrible one. And I know I'm uploading this video to YouTube, but YouTube does nothing for content creators. If anything, they hurt their content creators more than they help them. You know, there is no YouTube tournaments where we're inviting YouTube partners to take part in tournaments like there is in Twitch Rivals. There's no... Twitch has got an ingrained sponsor system now that you can take an hour little sponsor and get paid not bad money. YouTube doesn't have that. YouTube demonetizes your videos really easily. YouTube doesn't show your videos to all the people who subscribe to you. Like, YouTube does a lot wrong. So comparing YouTube to Twitch and Riot, YouTube's really far behind. And if you're wondering like why, it's laziness. YouTube is the monopoly of online videos, so they feel like they don't need to do anything. That's literally why. If there was a challenger to them and it's like, oh God, we're slipping here, we need to start doing things for our creators, they're leaving. But that isn't happening. There isn't another platform that challenges YouTube, so YouTube doesn't do anything for content creators. At the moment, they are literally just a platform that we upload videos to. That is the relationship between YouTube and content creator. Where, yeah, Twitch has... I've got literally a partner manager on Twitch. I talk to her quite often. She helps me out. If I've got any questions, any problems, she is there and pretty much always replies on the same day. On Riot, I have obviously a lot of rioters that I talk to. Again, not on a daily basis. I could, but there's no reason to talk to them daily. I have friends in Riot. I don't have a single really person that I can talk to on YouTube. I've got to go through the generic, partner support. It's impersonal. I don't know the person I'm talking to. Don't even know if they really care. It's probably the 5,000th YouTube partner that they've spoken to today. It's just not personal. So yeah, no, really, Riot and Twitch do a lot for us. And a lot of people go, but really, there's some people out there that don't think that. The people out there that don't think that are the people that Riot and stuff don't want to work with. That's the connection that you've got to get, is that there are toxic streamers out there that, yeah, they don't get a relationship with Riot. They don't get invited to meetings to talk about ranked or game balance because Riot doesn't want them in the meetings because of their behavior. It's that simple. I'm a smaller YouTuber, but I'm getting a lot of opportunities, some I can't talk about, because this doesn't sound big-headed, but I'm nice. I'm not controversial. I'm not toxic. I just get on with my thing. Sure, I voice my opinion, but I try to do it always in a civilized way. And I think Riot appreciates that. And that's why, that's what it's about. So with YouTube, with Twitch and Riot, I'm all hands on deck. I love what they do. The event next week, which I will share with you guys. Again, that's something that toxic individuals wouldn't be able to go to. There's a bunch of people that haven't been invited, So, yeah. Next up is what's your opinion on junglers who are very objective focused and doesn't gank too often? You should gank, but objectives are very important. Gank when there's not objectives up. Look for objectives when they're not. But don't be that guy that's playing Master Yi and you're only farming. That's a bad jungler. You need to have a balance. So yeah. Would Formula 1 be more fun to watch if all the cars would be built the same so lower ranking teams can actually compete? It would be more competitive and that would go off driver skill, but I'd also think that would take away from what Formula 1 is. The teams are individual teams. Each car has differences that kind of summarize what their team is, and I think that is very important. Ferraris at the moment are going for straight line speed. The Red Bull has always been about cornering. I like that there are differences, and that also suits different tracks. I think that's very important. So I wouldn't personally like that, but again, for those that are unaware, I'm a massive Formula 1 fan. Have been for maybe about 15 years now. I support Mercedes, and I'll be honest, the new Mercedes that I've ordered that will be coming in about a month. A big reason why I ordered a Mercedes is hey, I support Mercedes Formula 1. I'll have a Mercedes in real life. I'm a massive Formula 1 fan, and especially Mercedes. So, but I will say I do like Ferrari. I am not a Vettel fan at all. Do not like the guy. But I think if you like Formula 1, a little bit inside of you wants Ferrari to do well. So, yeah. All right, next up is... what do you think can be done to motivate people to be less toxic? Basically, what has to be done to make the honor system work? I think a great way of it is the clash mode. So for those that don't know, I believe you have to be either on a level 2 or on a level 3 to even compete in clash mode. Because I had tweets about it. I was playing clash mode. I only played a couple games, but I tweeted, the UK plebs are playing. I had people saying, feels bad, man. I'm on a level 1, so I can't play. I didn't respond to any of them, but part of me was like, oh, don't be toxic then. Yeah, but I think that'll be a great way because then people are literally being denied an experience in League because of their own actions. I think that's a good way to do it. Obviously people that are less than on a level 2 or something don't get end of season rewards. Maybe more of that, maybe. I don't know if there should be, let me know what you guys think. Should there be a correlation of, not just your MMR, your wins and losses, to determine how much LP you're gaining? Should you get more LP the higher honor level you are? I don't know. That would be kind of interesting. Because then someone who is really toxic but really cares about their rank, well, then they're really hurting themselves if they're being toxic, because then they're also earning less LP because they're low honor. So I'm not sure. There is a lot of ways to do it. I think, honestly, the best way to do it, and it's not going to work for everybody, is you got to sometimes tough love is sometimes the best thing to do. And if you're a friend group and you have that toxic friend, stop playing with them. Like, he won't mind me saying this, Kirby is a long-term friend of mine, going on roughly 10 years now. He used to be very salty in League of Legends. It still comes out occasionally, but he used to be the guy that was always all typing. You know, he died to 3 people, but he'd be like, oh, you used all your ultimates to kill me. That guy, like, pretty annoying. And we just said to him, like, stop, like, oh, we're just not playing with you, basically. And he stopped. You know, it took a little bit of time, but yeah, he's a lot better now. A lot of friend groups don't do that. I think a lot of it comes from being a bit young. You don't want to upset your friend group. You gotta. That's how people grow, you know. Calling out dumb stuff is how people kind of realize they're doing dumb stuff. So tough love in a friend group, I think, is sometimes the best way. And why I said that's not going to work for everybody, I would wager a lot of toxic people don't play with their friends. Many of them might not have any, which sucks, but yeah. So it's not going to work for everybody, but it can in special circumstances. Next up is, we'll go for probably about another 10 minutes or so. What do I think of Pokemon Sword Shield is looking so far? I'm nervous about it, if I'm honest. So history lesson very, quickly. I've played every single Pokemon game there is generation, every single game. Even Colosseum on the GameCube and stuff. I've played every single one. I'm a big Pokemon fan, and yes, I'm 25. Some people be like, isn't Pokemon a bit too young for you? Some games will just stay with you the rest of your life, and Pokemon might be one of those games for me. It's that chill game that I can just lie in bed and just chill. There's nothing in. If I've got stress in my head, I can just put my mind into Pokemon. League of Legends, if you've got stress, can sometimes elevate that stress. It can make the stress worse. You ain't getting stress from Pokemon, let's face it. So it's always been that type of game for me that I've enjoyed, and I'm looking forward to it. I've got the Switch ready. I will be playing it, but I am nervous about it. Like, the world looks nice. It's set in England, or a very England-looking place, which is cool. That's the first time ever that's happened. But some of the Pokemon to me look a bit silly. Some of the ideas look a bit silly, like that Mega, the new Mega Evolution that they're now massive. That's a bit too gimmicky for me. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'll definitely play it. I'll complete the story mode. And also, there's only been one generation that I never completed the story mode of, the whole way through. And that was Sun and Moon. I never completed it. I finished, I think, 2 of the islands. I was like, this is just too kiddie. So, yeah, I just stopped playing the game. So, that sucked. But hopefully this next one will be good. I'm hoping it will be. Next up is what I think of the Halloween skins. The Misfortune one looks pretty good. The not the Hecarim one. I don't like the Blitzcrank one. It's just personal taste, and I can't remember what the other one was. So if I can't remember it, oh no, yeah, Kassadin looks terrible. So to me, they're not great, but yeah. Do you consider any champion to be a troll pick in the lane they were made for, similar to how people considered HuzzyGames to be a troll pick? What does that mean? Like, if you're playing a champion in a different lane that it's designed for, like, is it then trolling? I'd say context is obviously important. This guy's name has Singed in it. For example, if you're playing Singed anywhere else than top lane, I would consider that trolling. I do think context is key. Different champions have different possibilities out there. So it's harsher to some champions and more lax to others. Like, Jarvan can go mid, top, jungle. Hell, he's even been support. It's not trolling. The champion legitimately can do that. And not be this is the main thing, not be a hindrance or a negative to his team. To me, trolling is the line that if you're locking something in and it's not designed to be in that lane, and like 3 of your teammates are going, oh, please don't do that. Yeah, you're pushing it too far. So yeah, like, definitely trolling does exist in that, but it is by a case-by-case basis. How do you deal with players who intentionally make the game more difficult? Well, you've been watching it. If you've been watching the channel recently, it's all over the place. You just got to try and do as best you can and not give in to someone being that way. The HuzzyGames game that we uploaded, if I didn't play like crazy good in the early game, we would have lost. The Caitlyn game that we uploaded, same thing. If I didn't carry that game, we would have lost. But then the Kai'Sa game that probably is out by now, that was obviously very frustrating, that we could have won. Sometimes you just can't. and you got to accept that. It's frustrating. While I was in the game, yeah, you could tell that I was annoyed, obviously, but 5 minutes later, I didn't care. I think that's the healthy thing that you've got to try and do. You've got to separate a game and your real life, and the moment that the game affects your real life, have a break. So I think that's kind of the main thing. But you just press on, and if you can win, great. If you can't, you can't. Next up, what is the best ways to practice new champions and pick up new roles to little risk to your rating as a ranked only player? Flex queue. I know there'll be some people out there that will be like, oh, don't do that because they're flex queue players, but honestly, it is the best place. Like, I'm sorry if you are a flex queue player, but that's what flex queue is. Hell, Clash mode came out this weekend, and so many people were flooding with the same comment. Why the hell did ranked 5s get replaced with flex queue? It's 100% true. The only reason that flex queue exists is because there were a few designers in Riot from Season 6 when dynamic queue, flex queue was the main rank queue. It got rid of solo queue. It was a disaster. When that ended that season, there were a few designers that were like, no, we still believe in this idea, so we're going to get rid of ranked 5s and we're going to replace it with flex queue. And it's failed. It's always been a joke queue. It's never been competitive. It's like easily, stupidly far behind in terms of quality. Like if you're a challenger flex player on EU West, you'll probably not even be diamond in solo queue. Like they are vastly, vastly different. So that is the best way to pick up new champions, is you go there and just play. The reason for it, by the way, so people are aware, it's not a place to troll or anything like that. It's the happy medium. Normal games, they suck because no one's trying in normal games. Solo queue, again, you don't want to risk your solo queue when you're picking something new up. Well, flex queue is the happy medium. You're in a ranked game mode, so people are caring about winning the game, but it's in a rank that you don't really care about. It's flex. And it's easier, it's more chill. So to me, it's the perfect place to practice new champions. So yeah. This ranked season this year has been kind of rough. You have voiced your opinion a bit in the stream and videos, but what if any actions do I think Riot would take to make rank better? Hard reset for next year. To me, it's basically the only way that they could go around doing it at this point. It's such a mess. And again, I thought it was like, oh damn, maybe it's just Diamond 1 to Diamond 2 is really bad. No, if you guys are watching the Smurf account, the Iron to Diamond that's in Diamond 4 MMR practically, it's maybe even worse. So really a hard reset, I think, is the only way that they could do it. Do I think they're going to? Nope. I partially think that Riot don't have the gumption to do it because it would upset a lot of people. It would make a lot of people happy, like people like me, that I know I'm a high diamond player. I know I can get there legitimately. We did it this season after the MMR was broken. But for the people that are like, they believe they're high rating even though they got there illegitimately when the MMR was broken, you'd upset a lot of those people, and they could quit the game, and Riot doesn't want anybody to quit the game. That's why when something like Roll Ranked comes out, for North America at the beginning of the season, it was something roughly like 20 to 25% of the player base absolutely hated it. 20 to 25% of the player base on North America and Korea, by the way, is enough for them not to do it. That's way too much of a risk to lose that amount of players for that change when no one asked for the change. So that's why they probably wouldn't do it, but to be honest, I think it's the only way that they could do it. Next up is, would I ever make a video specifically on weight loss on either of my channels with advice from my audience? I've thought about it, and I probably will. So again, if you're not following my weight loss that much, that no, it's fine because we are a league channel after all. I now have lost 18 pounds in less than a month. I started actively losing weight last September the 12th. And I'm recording this, and again, this might be coming out, by the way, in 3 or 4 days. I'm recording this on the 9th of October. Yeah, 9th of October. So not even a month, I've lost 18 pounds. I've no plan on slowing down. This t-shirt, which I think fits me quite nice. This is a large. I used to wear XL. So no, things are going fantastic. I'm down 2 trouser sizes, and hell, I'm probably even close to being down another trouser size. It's going really good. Fitness-wise, it's going great too. Gym in there quite often with my trainer and that. Exercising, it went in the garage when I can't get there because I'm busy. It's going great, and I think things have finally clicked. My diet's fairly extreme, and I know a lot of people wouldn't be able to do it. I eat 1 meal a day. And the vast majority of this month, I just ate chicken and rice every day. This week, I'm just eating meat, just protein. I do take vitamins to obviously balance the diet out, so I am getting what I need. But yeah, just meat this week. So today I had grilled chicken. Yesterday I had grilled chicken. Tomorrow I'm having grilled chicken. The day after that I am having Dover sole. Day after that I'm having a steak, a sirloin steak. It's all planned out, so I know what I'm having. Just protein again. The reason why it's not normal that I would do this, so the event is next week, I've mentioned. I want to cut as much as I can just before the event, because yeah, there's food at the event obviously, so I'm not gonna not eat on purpose at the event. And from the train station in London to the hotel, you know, there is a Taco Bell and a Chipotle, so I might treat myself a little bit, because I've done very well. I'm proud of myself, you know. It's something that I haven't been able to say in a long time, and especially when it comes to my weight and all that type of thing. And for those that are wondering how much do I weigh right now, so when I began the weight loss on September 12th, I weighed just over 15 stone. So again, I know that's a British calculation. So 15 stone, and I was just over 15 stone, but 15 stone roughly is 90, just over 95 kilograms, and 15 stone in pounds is 210 pounds. I now weigh 13 stone, I think it was like 11 point something. So doing really well. Percentage fat has gone down roughly 5% as well. Muscle percentage is going up. So it's all good stuff. It's all going fantastic. And for those that are wondering what is my next goal, because my first goal was I want to see 13 on the scale before the event, where obviously I've done that with over a week to spare. My next goal is it's a longer goal, and it should be obtainable, and we might break it pretty quick. I want to see 12 on the scale, so 12 stone something. Again, it could be 12 stone, 13 pounds, or the right at the end of the upper end of 12 stone. I want to see that by Christmas. So the 25th of December, I want to make sure I see 12 on the scale. So again, if you have no idea what a stone is, every 14 pounds is a stone, and that's just how we weigh stuff in Britain. You know, you'll weigh 10 stone, 2 pounds. You weigh 11 stone, 6 pounds. So I want to see 12 stone at the front of the scale. And I said that to my trainer, and he was like, if you continue the way that you're going, you know, with your diet, with your fitness, you'll do it. No issues. You might even do it in a month. You might not even have to wait nearly 2. And I was like, hell, that'd be great, but let's do it, baby. This is, you know, if you've been with me for years, you know, you've heard me talk about weight loss for years. This, and I do believe it because I'm the lightest I've been in over 5 years, this is the time. This is it. This is when I get back in shape. We're doing it right now. And it's great. And I would very much recommend it. I feel happier in myself. And again, I don't want to talk about weight loss too much, but yesterday, after the gym, I was picking up my food, you know, grilled chicken, and the sun was behind me, so there was a shadow on the pavement. It was the first time that I looked at my shadow and thought, hey, that's not a fat shadow. So yeah, like it was a pretty cool feeling. And I in a weird way, you know, I do kind of consider myself a bit fat at the moment, but you know, my gut, I don't really have an overhang anymore. You know, there isn't really an overhang that, you know, your belly goes past, you know, your bottom area. I don't really have an overhang anymore. So it's starting to get there. So yeah, I would recommend it. It takes tough work, and basically, again, for those that like, how the hell are you keeping that diet? You have to retrain your body and your mind to what food is. There's cookies in our house. There's muffins in our house. I don't touch them, because all food is for me while I'm on this weight loss adventure, all food is fuel. The end. Food is no longer a luxury to me. It'll be a luxury again when I'm having the occasional cheat day, like I'm going to the event, or when I'm done losing weight. That's it. It is fuel. That is the end. That's what you got to do. It sucks, but I'd rather be, you know, the way that I thought about it, I've been probably fat for 5-6 years. I've thought about losing weight for that whole time, and never been able to do it. But in my mind, I was like, right, if I have a crazy 6 months, let's say. It might even be less than that, but I have a stupid 6 months that I treat food as fuel. I exercise like crazy. I get myself back in shape in 6 months. Well, I've been overweight for 5 years. So what is 6 months? 6 months is nothing. And then I'll be in shape, right? So that's kind of the idea. And the funny thing is, because I'm shorter, I always widen out. I've never been that heavy. You know, I've never been like crazy, morbidly obese. It's just I look wide because, one, cameras add weight. Obviously, that's always what they say. But I'm short, so I'm wide. But I've never been above 300 pounds or anything like that. I think at my heaviest I was like 250 pounds. So yeah. Next up is what is the site that I'm using to check stats at the beginning of the games? That is professor.gg. It used to be a sponsor of mine. It's no longer. We might be using a different website upcoming, with a sponsor deal. But for now, we're just sticking with that one. And that is it. That is today's video. Today's Q&A. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, if you did, throw a like on the video. Again, remember we are doing a Darius League Partner bundle. So you get Darius the Champion, the new High Noon skin, and the Green League Partner Chroma if you do win. And just to remind everybody to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. You can leave practically any comment you want. And make sure you include what server you are and all that good stuff. So that's going to be it. See you guys next time. Have a great day. Good luck in solo queue. Goodbye.